William Leonard Roberts II, known professionally as Rick Ross, is an American rapper prior to releasing his debut single, Hustlin'. In 2006, Ross was the subject of a bidding war, receiving offers from Diddy's Bad Boy Entertainment and Irv Gotti's Murder Inc., until signing a multi-million-dollar deal with Jay-Z on Def Jam Recordings. Ross released his debut album Port of Miami through the label later that year, debuting at the top spot on the U.S. Billboard 200 album chart with sales of 187,000 units during the first week. Ross released his second studio album, Trilla, in 2008, once again debuting atop the Billboard 200 outside of his solo career. Ross was a lead member of the hip-hop group Triple C's, alongside fellow Florida rappers Gunplay and Torch. In 2005, Ross founded the record label Maybach Music Group in 2009, on which he released his studio albums Deeper Than Rap, Teflon Don, God Forgives, I Don't, Mastermind, Hood Billionaire, Black Market, and Rather You Than Me. His 10th album, Port of Miami 2, was released in August 2019 and peaked at number 2 on the Billboard 200 charts. Prominent industry acts have also been signed to Rick Ross through the Maybach music label, including Meek Mill, Whale, and French Montana, among others. In early 2012, MTV named Ross as the hottest MC in the game. In his early years at Swamp House Records, Roberts initially made his debut under the pseudonym Teflon Don. He made his recording debut on the Songing SHHH to Discuss on Eric Sermon's lone album for DreamWorks Def Squad presents Eric Onassis. In the mid-2000s, he changed his name to Rick Ross. He derived his stage name from the former drug kingpin Freeway Rick Ross, to whom he has no connection. After being signed to Swamp House Records, former label for rap duo 8 Ball and MJG, he eventually signed a deal with Slip and Slide Records, which has been under the Def Jam label since 2006. While signed to Slip and Slide, Roberts toured with fellow rapper Trick Daddy and made guest performances on other Slip and Slide albums. His debut album Port of Miami was released in August 2006 and debuted at the top spot on the U.S. Billboard 200 album chart, with sales at 187,000 units during the first week. Christian Horde of Rolling Stone magazine predicted that it would be the summer's biggest rap record. The second single was Push It, which samples Scarface, the theme song from the gangster film Scarface. The music video for Push It was modeled after the film. During that time, Ross made guest performances on 2 singles from DJ Khaled's debut listing. The album, Born and Raised and Holla at Me, Port of Miami, received gold certification from the Recording Industry Association of America on November 8, 2006. In March 2008, his second album Trilla was released and, as its predecessor Port of Miami had, debuted at the top of the Billboard 200. Its lead single Speedin' featuring R. Kelly peaked at number 21 on the U.S. Billboard bubbling under Hot 100 singles. The next one, The Boss featuring T-Pain, peaked at number 17 on the Hot 100. The third single, Here I Am, featured Nelly and Avery Storm. MTV News ranked Ross on the 4th spot in its 2008 Hottest MCs in the Game list among 10 rappers. The 4th single, This Is the Life, featured Trey Songz and was released in July. Rick Ross has a reported net worth of $45 million. But his wealth hasn't kept his family business from allegedly skimming employee wages. Now, the rapper and his company are facing 6-figure fines for apparently doing their employees dirty, according to TMZ. Rick's Wingstop restaurant chain is facing numerous federal fines. The U.S. Department of Labor is seeking $114,427 from Boss Wings Enterprises LLC for back wages and other penalties after the agency determined their franchises were violating labor law. $51,674 of the fines is to directly covered back wages and damages for 244 employees, while $63,000 is related to other fines. It's unclear what time period the federal fines cover. The DAW reportedly investigated 5 Wingstop locations and found that many employees were making less than minimum wage after deductions. The franchise owners were allegedly making employees pay for a host of costs that reduces their hourly earnings, like uniforms, background checks, safety trainings, and cash register shortages. The employees were also reportedly forced to work overtime without proper compensation. Rick opened his first Wingstop store over a decade ago in 2011 in Memphis, Tennessee. Since then, he's opened over 25 restaurants across America, turning Wingstop into a well-known chain. The musician has transformed his Wingstop business into a family affair last year. Rick gifted his son his own franchise for his 16th birthday in a very elaborate display of affection last September. Additionally, sister Towanda Roberts and his mom Tommy Roberts are both listed as owners of the LLC alongside him. Rick has made millions thanks to his Wingstop business. Each restaurant makes an estimate $200,000 per year, adding to his net worth. But Rick is going to be writing some big checks given the serious federal fines the business is facing. The doll released a statement after announcing the multiple fines against Wingstop, emphasizing that the restaurant industry is particularly vulnerable to employee mistreatment. The law prevents Boss Wing Enterprises LLC from shifting operating costs to workers by deducting the costs of uniforms, cash register shortages, or training expenses, or to allow a worker's pay to fall below the minimum wage rate. They continued, neither Rick Ross, his family, or his company have publicly responded to the